Joining us now is our two-time world champion and player of the year in Catrina Allen. And Kat, it's been a decade here at the Las Vegas Challenge where you've either finished first or second for an entire decade. That includes 3 wins and 6 runner-ups. Everybody credits you for how proficient you are in the fairway, but clearly you're doing so much more than just staying in the fairway out here. What is it?
I think out here it's eliminating the OB strokes. And I think these courses for the FPO are a little longer, and figuring out where the birdie is worth it and where it's not, because there are some holes that are reachable for me, but maybe 6 out of 10 times or 4 out of 10, I should say, that I'm going to reach the OB or find trouble. And so just realizing it's not worth it. Just get the par and move on. And yeah, I think but I do think consistency in the driving has been what's led me to, have a chance at the end of the round, the final round.
Another thing that we're seeing this year, and we know that you are typically, you retire kind of early in the evening, and you get up early and you work really hard.
Yeah.
This year we're seeing the Pro Tour go back to women teeing in the morning. How does that feel for you? Because it feels like sometimes you've kind of wandered around. What are you going to do with your afternoons?
Right. So I'm actually going to find a completely new routine for this season. I have been getting up at like 4:45, 5:15 to get to the gym so that I would be rested to practice around the same time that we would play. But I'd probably have to wake up at like 1 or 2 in order for that to work with the new schedule. And even though I'm ready for bed at 6:30, I think that's a little extreme. So I've just been getting up, starting my morning, having a good breakfast, and then practicing about the time I'd be going to the gym, and then I'll go to the gym after. Even though I don't prefer that, that's what the tour is bringing.
And this year, or I should say this weekend, we're going to see one of the most competitive FPO fields ever. How excited are you?
I'm really excited, yeah. I mean, it's been incredible to watch the growth, and yeah, it'll be exciting, I think. We might see it come down the stretch where like 3 or 4 women are in contention, and that would be really fun, I think, for the viewers and for someone who's extremely competitive and, feeds off of that.
Best of luck to you this week. Here's Zoe Endyke.
Thanks, Terry.
Hi, Kat.
Hi, Zoe.
Welcome to Las Vegas. I want to congratulate you on your sponsorship change to DGA, arguably the most exciting contract change of any player in the disc golf world. So I want to ask you a little bit about your signature Vortex disc. Can you describe the moment when you first saw and felt that disc? What was that like?
Yeah. I mean, it obviously feels great in the hand, but what I was really excited about is like my first throw, which you can see on YouTube, actually the legit first throw, and you can see my reaction was that was fun, because I wanted a disc out of the, like right off the shelf. You can release with hyzer and it flips up, goes straight, or even turns a little. That like really nice speed and fairway driver that you get, and then you lose it and you're like, now I have to beat one in again for 2 years. It's that disc right off the shelf, and that's why I'm very excited about it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's a disc everyone can use.
Yep.
And then if you don't mind just sharing a little bit about the process of building it, what was that like?
I mean, I obviously don't know much about like how things need to work, so I just have to thank, the DGA crew for doing that for me. I just knew what I wanted it to do, and they did all the, science or logistics behind it.
Okay, one last thing.
Yeah.
Again, the contract being so exciting, what does the support feel like? A player that's so deserving, has worked so hard, 2-time world champion. How's this support going to affect your entire season?
It's been amazing, and Scott Kesey is one of my closest friends. They were actually my first ever disc golf sponsor, and we stayed friends over the last 12 years, and they said, Kat, you just go out, you stay focused on doing all your stuff, going to the gym, worry about your diet, worry about practicing, and we'll do all the other stuff. And that is really like what's been so nice. Is just I can just be Kat and do my thing, and they're just stoked to have me. So
wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you, and good luck this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm going to pass it off.
Thanks.
Hey, Kat, it's Mitch Phillips with Gatekeeper Media.
Hi.
Obviously, congratulations on an amazing 2021. Moving into this year, new sponsor. Something maybe people don't realize is throwing DGA, you have the ability to throw a Discraft mold here or there. Are there any of those molds make it into your bag, or you stay in all Discraft? All DGA?
I'm all DGA. Yeah. I think maybe what was easy this off season is they don't have, say, as big as a selection as other companies, but what they do have, they've perfected, and I just haven't felt the need. And I think what would be more fun is if I'm feeling that I'm missing something, creating another disc together. But yeah, right now I'm very happy with my bag. I felt like that showed at the All-Star event that I have all the tools I need, and yeah, it's been great.
That's awesome. You mentioned that coming back to DGA was your first sponsor. You stayed, had that relationship with them for so many years. What does that mean to you to be able to come back home? I mean, it obviously builds confidence and stuff, but what is, the biggest change? It's been so many years since you've been back with DGA.
Yeah.
What are some things maybe DGA is doing that people don't know about? They're kind of coming back into the scene with some big signings. Speaking to that a little bit.
I think the biggest thing I could tell people is obviously what I love the most, like I was telling Zoe, is just that they're super supportive of like competitive Cat who works her butt off and is prepared for every event. And they're like, you do that and we'll find ways to promote, the off the course Cat. And that's been really awesome. But I mean, like I said, what they do have, they've perfected. So definitely go out and try one. I mean, like I said, it's been a really fun process and I'm really excited.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Kat. Grant Zellner, PDGA. A question I love to ask players who are dealing with a brand new bag. Do you have a shot in your bag now that you didn't have before, and what is that shot?
Oh, can I name more than one?
Sure.
I mean, so the breaker is an approach disc, and I've been using it for sidearm approaches, and it's just like, I don't even know how you explain it. The action on the ground is so minimal, no skipping, no rolling, just like gets to the ground and stops, and I've loved that. And then I would say, the Rift is a mid-range that I've never thrown a mid-range that far. So it's been really exciting off the tee to just be like, I just get to throw a mid here. Like, how great is that? So.
Now, you've been preparing with all this new plastic with wildly different conditions in these last couple of days as compared to what you'll face when the tournament actually gets started. Can you talk about how that's affected you, and will that change your approach to these first at least few holes of tomorrow?
So I've been here since Friday, so I actually got to play in both conditions. So I just actually used the last 2 days. It's the first time with my new bag I've been able to play in those conditions. So instead of focusing like on a game plan, since I already know what I'll be doing from the days prior, I was just making sure those discs that are stable are really that stable, or just getting a feel for approach shots. Like I feel like with having discs in my bag for so long, that touch game can be tricky in the wind. So I was just practicing those two things the last few days.
Great. Thank you, Paige.
Yeah.